Hello friends and welcome to this session for GATE and ESC Electrical Engineering. My friend, this session is going to be one of the most awesome session and you are going to really learn something very new and something that will help you in the exam. In the exam for GATE, may it be 2021 or it may be 2022. Now, before we start the lecture, my friend, let me introduce you myself. My name is Ankit Goyal. I got AIR 1 in GATE 2014 and GATE 2018. And my friend, I was also awarded the President of India Gold Medal by the President himself in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. Presently, I am working as a director at an academy for GATE department, and that is why constantly I am able to bring new and more initiatives for you. Because an academy is not an institute. An academy is not a coaching. An academy is more of a revolution. An academy is more of a feeling. An academy has everything right that is wrong with every other coaching institute in the country. The name An Academy, my friend, has been comprised of two words, an and academy. That means it has everything that is not there in an academy. So an academy cares about the student in the best way possible. It cares about the student most than or more than any other person can. All the initiatives are centered on the student. That is, they are always working towards the student welfare. And that is why, my friend, you are watching this course on power system. That is why, my friend, you are watching this course on power system free of cost on our YouTube channel. So my friend, if you are visiting this channel for the first time, make sure that you have subscribed, because we have electrical machine, power electronics, power system, communication system, EMT, EDC, network, signal, control, digital, everything is here on this channel, that too free of cost, my friend. But what has An Academy done? An Academy has brought a revolution in the country where they are providing the most affordable education, and that too free of that too at the most affordable price, as well as free of cost on YouTube. So my friend, if you want to be a part of the revolution that An Academy has created by means of the courses that are running on An Academy, where they are bringing you the best ever educators of the country on a single platform. That is, you, my friend, can be able to learn from India's top educator at the cheapest or at the most affordable prices possible. At the most affordable prices possible. Now, my friend, I'm talking to you. You can dare to dream. You can dare to enter a PSU. You can dare to dream about MTech from an IIT. Why? Because An Academy has made it possible. An Academy has done everything that is required to get the best rank in GATE examination. So my friend, if you want to join An Academy, make sure that you use the code Ankit ESE, because the door to An Academy opens with this code, and this directly makes me your mentor so that I can guide you at each and every step regarding your GATE preparation. And not only this, you will also get 10% discount on your subscription. Now, what does An Academy bring for you? Not only the live classes. The live classes are the best part of An Academy, where you can interact with the educator, ask your doubt, and make sure that you understand each and every concept and then only exit the class. But other than that, you get dedicated doubt session, where you can post a pic of a question and ask any doubt, any number of doubts. Then you have weekly quizzes. Every Sunday we test how much you have understood. Then there are daily practice paper which we provide you for practice. Then there are practice questions from An Academy. Then there are test series from An Academy. Then there is crash course, where we will boost your rank in the last few months. There is rank improvement batch for the students who have already done well in the GATE examination. Now, my friend, all of this just with one subscription fees, where you don't have to pay anything again and again or anything extra. That is the magic of An Academy. Just join An Academy without thinking too much.
Hi guys, in the last lecture we got introduced to the concept of power system protection. There I told you how a protection system work and what are the basic components of a protection system. So we saw it consisted of two components, that is relays and circuit breaker. Then I told you about the various kind of switches that are present in a power system, like a fuse, like a load interrupter, like a line isolator. We saw that the fuse worked under abnormal condition, load interrupter worked at full load condition, and line isolator worked at no load condition. Then we wish to design a universal switch which can operate under all conditions at our command. So we went to circuit breaker, which can operate under all conditions, and it operates with the command of a relay. The thing is that relay will send a trip signal to open the plates of the circuit breaker. We saw there are two plates. One was fixed, other was moving. And we saw with circuit breaker we usually use a relay, and with the relay we use a current transformer. Why did we use current transformer? To step down the heavy current that was flowing due to the fault. Okay. After it stepped down, then the relay detected abnormal conditions and it sent a trip signal to the relay, to the circuit breaker, so as to open the circuit breaker. Okay. So that was the basic functionality of the circuit breaker and a relay. In this lecture, what we will see is what happens when the plates of a circuit breaker separate. So, suppose these are two plates of a circuit breaker, out of which one is fixed, other is moving. Let me call it as moving and fixed. Now, when they were close together, then it would be like this. And let us say a current I is flowing. Now, usually the surface of any body or surface of any object is not smooth. It will have some irregularity like this. Now, when these two surfaces will separate, then what will happen? The contact will be like this. Now, since due to inductance in the circuit, current cannot change instantaneously, so I am assuming that current I is flowing. But the thing is that the contact area, the area in which they are in contact, decreases. So, contact area reduces, due to which the current density, that is I by A, as A reduces, current density increases. By Ohm's law, we know electric field is equal to J by sigma. As current density increases, electric field also increases. And if electric field exceeds the dielectric strength, the thing is the air will ionize. And as the air ionizes, it will start conducting current between the plates of circuit breaker. So, the ionized air or any ionized gas is also called as plasma, which is a fourth state of matter, and it becomes conducting. That is, the dielectric breakdown occurs in the air, due to which it becomes a conductor. Such is called as your arc. Now, the whole purpose of circuit breaker is lost if arc persists. Why? Because the purpose of circuit breaker was to open the circuit so that no current flows. But now, the current still flows, but through the air. Hence, we need to extinct this arc. It is called as extinction, so that the circuit breaker is finally opened and there is no current flowing between the plates of circuit breaker. Okay. That means we need to make something, or we need to do something so that air again becomes a dielectric. In technical terms, it is called as air regains its dielectric strength. Okay. Because after dielectric breakdown, its dielectric strength almost becomes negligible. So, it needs to regain its dielectric strength or blocking capability in order to reduce the current to 0. Now, as in case of a general resistance of anything or even arc. Why resistance of arc? When arc is conducting, okay, like this, what will happen? This is conducting medium. Any conducting medium has a resistance rho L by A or L by sigma A. As in semiconductors, we study sigma is E n mu n plus P mu P. So, the number of charged particle n is number of electron, P is number of holes or positive charges. Okay, that means conductivity is directly proportional to number of charged particles. Now, in open circuit condition, the voltage across this circuit breaker will be, let us say, V. So the current that will be flowing I will be equal to V by R, where R is the resistance of arc and I is the current flowing through the arc. Now we need to reduce this current I to 0 in order to open the circuit. So to reduce this current to 0, we need to gradually increase this resistance. Now to increase this resistance, there are certain methods. From the formula, what I can say, to extinct the arc, we need to increase the arc resistance, which can be done by increasing length of the arc, reducing cross-sectional area of the arc, or by reducing conductivity or reducing number of charged particles, that is N. Now how in a dielectric charged particles are formed? Suppose this is my dielectric, simply a atom. When electric field will be applied, electrons will move in the opposite direction to the field, nucleus in the direction of field. And as you increase the electric field intensity, the separation between these two will go on increasing. After certain duration, nucleus and electron, or a positively charged ion and electron, will separate out and they become charge carrying conductor, or they become current carriers or charge carriers. Now, if you have to reduce the number of charged particles, then somehow these must recombine. Okay, that means we have to initiate the recombination process in order to reduce the number of charged particles. Okay. So to extinct the arc, we have to increase the resistance. That can be done by lengthening the arc, reducing the cross-sectional area, or reducing the number of charge carriers. Now, why arc is so much dangerous? Why I need a special method to extinct the arc? This is due to the fact that arc has a self-sustaining nature. That means an arc will not extinct by itself. It will continue to exist. Why? Because as arc is formed, due to this current will be flowing, due to which losses, which is equal to I square R, will be there, due to which temperature will increase, due to which number of electron will increase, due to which arc will be sustained. Okay, so as the arc is forming, or as the arc keeps on existing, it will keep on increasing the temperature of medium between the plates of circuit breaker. As the temperature goes on increasing, more and more number of electrons are produced. As more and more electrons are produced, the arc will be sustained. And other phenomena is when electron will collide with the atom, then it will eject one more electron. Okay, like this. So when electron will collide with another atom, it will also form more and more number of electrons. So electrons are being ejected by two phenomena. One is due to the temperature, and other is due to electron collision with the atoms. Due to this, number of charge carriers will go on increasing and arc resistance will go on decreasing, and arc current will increase. Okay, so that is why we have to extinct the arc, otherwise it will increase the temperature to such an extent that your circuit breaker will get damaged. Hence, the entire phenomena in protection is not limited to just sensing by the relays and opening the circuit by circuit breaker. There is a third event involved which constitutes extincting the arc, or arc extinction. Okay, there is a third phenomena. So if we see the total time that it takes to clear any fault. Now suppose fault occurs at this instant at t is equal to 0. In 1 to 5 cycle, the relay contacts will open. So this will be contacts. Relay contacts will open and it will send a trip signal to the circuit breaker. In next 1 to 2 cycles, the circuit breaker contacts will open and it will separate the moving plate from fixed plate. But as the moving plate separates from fixed plate, what happens? An arc will be formed, and after 1 to 2 half cycle, there will be final extinction of the arc. Later on I will tell you why we are measuring the time in case of arc in terms of half cycle. But right now you need to understand that arc only persists for 1 to 2 half cycle because we are removing the arc. But if we do not have such a method, then arc will extinct or arc will persist for an infinite duration. Okay. Do not think that anyways the arc will extinct in 1 or 2 half cycle. We have to remove the arc, otherwise it will keep on existing. So the total time of fault clearing will become T relay plus T circuit breaker plus T arc. That is your clearing time. Okay. And this clearing time must always be less than critical clearing time for system stability that we studied. Okay. The time in which a fault is cleared should always be less than the critical clearing time. Now we understand what happens when the plates of a circuit breaker separate. The next problem that comes to mind is, so now I know the problem, how to remove it. Okay. I'm asking you how you can extinct the arc or how you can remove the arc between the plates of circuit breaker. Now as I told you in the previous slide that if we increase the resistance of the arc, then arc current will go on reducing, and after a certain time arc will become extinct. Increasing the resistance involves increasing the length of the arc. How to do that? We will form circuit breaker plate something like this, like a jigsaw puzzle, due to which what will happen is, now arc will have a higher length, because suppose the plates initially were like this. Arc will be like this. If the length of the arc is less, then the resistance will be less and arc current will be high. But now the path taken by the arc has a higher length, so the arc resistance will increase, due to which I is equal to V by R, arc current will reduce. Okay. That is the method called as lengthening of the arc. But what is the problem? Manufacturing. Why? Because such type of contacts are difficult to manufacture. So it will increase the cost of the circuit breaker. And cost is one of the most important criteria in power system design. Whatever we might do, we have to take care that the cost remains minimum. So we have to go to some other method. The other method that comes to mind is decreasing the cross-sectional area of the arc. Now, earlier arc would be existing like this between the two plates. Now suppose we push the forced air through the circuit breaker plates. Now, since arc consists of nothing but electron and positively charged ions, so if you push the air, these will feel the force, these charge carriers, and they will move upwards, due to which arc will become like this. Now effectively length of the arc becomes higher. So length increases, due to which resistance increases, as well as the cross-sectional area. Cross-sectional area reduces, due to which resistance again increases. That is how to reduce the resistance of the, how to reduce the area of cross-section of the arc. Otherwise what we do is, we keep arc splitters like this. Okay. Due to which when arc will be formed, it will be split into multiple arcs like this. Now why do we use arc splitter? Because if we reduce the arc into smaller arc, into multiple arcs, 1, 2, 3, 4, then these arcs are easier to extinct. Since these are smaller and less severe, you can easily make them extinct. That is why we make use of arc splitters, due to which arcs becomes less dangerous. Also the length of the arc increases. Okay. Due to arc splitter, effective length increases, due to which resistance, which is directly proportional to length, also increases. And what we do is, actually when we are pushing the air, we actually make use of the cool air. Why? Because the energy due to temperature is 3 by 2 kT. So as temperature increases, energy increases, due to which electron and positive ion are not able to combine. See, there are two phenomena. One is the temperature, due to which these are separated, and other is the electrostatic force existing between them, which is pulling them together. Now if the thermal energy is higher than the electrostatic energy, then it will overpower that force and they will not be able to recombine. But somehow if I push the cool air, then the temperature of the medium will reduce. If the temperature reduces, the thermal energy will reduce. And electrostatic force will be able to overpower that, and electrons and the ions will recombine. So by a single method, I achieve all the three objectives: reducing the number of charge carriers, reducing the area of cross section, and increasing the length of the arc. So this is one of the most effective method for arc extinction. But still I am not clear as to why I was telling you 1 to 2 half cycle, because there is still not any concept of half cycle in the arc extinction. So let us understand that. Next method of interruption is called as current zero arc interruption. That means we need to interrupt the arc whenever the current is zero. Why? So let us consider a case when we are interrupting the arc when current is non-zero. See, this is just a generator, a transmission line, and the transmission line capacitance or stray capacitance. Okay. Then there is a circuit breaker and a fault occurs here. So what happens when the circuit breaker plates will start to separate? There will be a capacitance formed which will be equal to epsilon naught A by D. So here I have shown that capacitance by CB. And as I told you, in fault, instability, and even in protection, we do the worst case analysis. So resistance is assumed to be 0. Now what happens when fault occurs? This terminal gets shorted. So this CS and CB will come in parallel. So I define a capacitance C is equal to CS plus CB. Then if we take such a capacitance, then a LC circuit is formed. So equivalent circuit will be like this. Now the frequency of this source will be 50 Hertz. But frequency of LC oscillation is 1 by 2 pi under root LC, which is much greater than 50 Hertz. Or we can say time period of oscillation is much less than actual time period. So if my power source has a 50 Hertz frequency, it is varying like this. But your frequency of oscillations is very high, so they will be varying very fastly like this. So if you see, as I am talking about only 1 to 2 half cycle, let me say from here to here, this is 1 half cycle. In this period, the change in your power waveform is almost negligible. See, since the power waveform or the supply waveform is varying very slowly, so for 1 or 2 cycles, I can consider that the input or that the source remains constant. Source value does not change. So remember, whenever we are talking about circuit breaker, there are two frequencies involved. One is your power frequency, that is 50 Hertz, and one is your oscillation frequency, which is much greater than the power frequency. Okay, and power frequency, since power waveform varies very slowly, we usually consider it as constant. Now suppose when I am opening the circuit breaker, the current that is existing in the circuit is I. Okay, so I will constitute electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic energy will be half L I square. When this energy will get converted due to LC oscillation into electrostatic energy, it will become half CV square. So half CV square is equal to half Li square, due to which V is equal to root L by C into I. Okay. So this is called as your prospective voltage. Okay. So this is the voltage that appears across circuit breaker if the current is non-zero during arc interruption. Okay. So the circuit breaker voltage will be the transient voltage. Why transient voltage? Because we are switching the circuit. Whenever we connect a switch or whenever we move the switch from one position to another, in networks what we study is there are transients involved. So transient voltage plus prospective voltage. Now this prospective voltage is proportional to current, due to which the voltage of circuit breaker is increased. If the voltage across the plates is increased, the electric field between the plates, which is equal to V by D, electric field also increases, due to which air will ionize. So that means even if you are extincting the arc, due to this high voltage produced, there will be more charge carriers generated and arc will continue to exist. It is called as restriking. The arc will restrike because there is a high voltage across the circuit breaker. That is why this prospective voltage is undesirable. The voltage across the plates of circuit breaker must be less so that arc does not restrike. And how to ensure that? We have to ensure that by interrupting the voltage or interrupting the arc when current is 0, due to which prospective voltage becomes 0. And as we know, in a sinusoidal waveform, current always passes through 0 after every half cycle. So you have to interrupt after when the current is 0. That is why arc can exist only for 1 or 2 half cycles. Okay. That is why we were dealing in terms of half cycle, because we will interrupt the arc whenever the current goes through 0, so that prospective voltage does not appear and arc does not restrike. Okay. So remember this thing. Similarly, simply if arc extincts, then your current will remain 0. This graph shows that if arc extincts here, then current will be 0. If arc persists, then current will be like this. So that depends whether the arc will restrike or not. Okay. So how to decide whether the arc will restrike or not? That depends on some of the theories called as arc interruption theory. So first theory is your recovery rate theory. The thing is, when current becomes 0, so if current is 0, electric field also becomes 0. If electric field is 0, the electrons and ions are not displaced in opposite direction. Rather, they will start to recombine. Okay. If the electrons and ions recombine, then it becomes an atom, and number of charge carriers, that is N and P, reduces, due to which conductivity reduces, arc resistance increases. And if arc resistance increases, it starts again becoming an insulator or dielectric. So we say that air starts regaining its dielectric strength. As electrons and holes combine, what will happen? Number of charge carriers will reduce. If number of charge carriers reduce, then the conductivity reduces and arc resistance increases. We say that air again becomes a insulator. But the thing is, due to your prospective voltage, or we call another voltage called as restriking voltage. Now due to restriking voltage, what happens is that the voltage across the circuit breaker is high, due to which ions will be produced. So now there are two rates. One is the rate by which they are recombining, one is the rate by which they are being generated. If generation rate is higher than the recombination rate, the number of ions will increase and arc will restrike or arc will continue to exist. If recombination rate is higher than the generation rate, then number of charge carriers will reduce, conductivity will reduce and arc will extinct. So this is called as recovery rate theory. Recovery rate refers to the rate at which ions are recombining and material is recovering from its conducting state to its insulating state. So if recovery rate is higher than the rate of restriking voltage, then arc will extinct. If rate of restriking voltage is higher, then arc will exist for another half cycle. And at the end of another half cycle, we will apply the same theory to know whether the arc will extinct or not. So we will operate based on every half cycle. Other theory is called as energy balance theory. The thing is that current is sinusoidal. So here current is 0, here current is 0. So here energy is 0, energy is 0, here energy is maximum. So in between, when energy is maximum, we will compare this energy by the rate of dissipation. due to radiation, the heat will be being dissipated through to the atmosphere. But here, heat is being generated. So if generated heat, here we are talking in terms of heat, is more than dissipated heat, then what will happen? The net heat will be higher, so the temperature will increase. If temperature increases, number of charge carriers will increase. But if dissipated heat is greater than generated, temperature reduces, number of charge carriers reduce. If number of charge carrier reduce, air again becomes a dielectric. If they increase, air again becomes a conductor and arc exists. So that is your energy balance theory. We are balancing the two energies. One is the heat generated, other is the heat that is being dissipated. So let me summarize what we covered in this lecture. We first saw how arc is formed and what is the resistance of the arc. That was equal to rho arc L arc by A arc. We saw by increasing the length of the arc, that is arc lengthening, we can increase the resistance. We saw by reducing the cross-sectional area, we can increase the resistance. We saw by reducing the temperature by cool air, we can increase the resistance. Okay. And we saw the current zero interruption, that is we will interrupt only when current is zero. Why? Because the prospective voltage was equal to I under root L by C will be 0 and arc will not be able to restrike. Then we saw two theories, energy balance and recovery rate, to understand how arc becomes extinct or arc will restrike based on what conditions. So we saw the conditions of arc restriking and arc extinction. So that is what we covered in this lecture. In the next lecture we will see what all terms are defined in conjunction with a circuit breaker to quantify the voltages or to quantify the arc restriking. Up to now we have been talking in qualitative terms whether the arc will restrike or not. We will see how to convert it to specific terms and then we can talk in terms of technical terms. That we will cover in the next lecture.
So my friend, if you want to join Unacademy, if you liked the lecture, if you like the content that you have just watched and you have decided that Unacademy is the right place for you and you want to learn with me, you want to learn from me, then don't hesitate, because that is where we are conducting free classes every day that will boost your GATE rank. So if you decide to take subscription, click on GATE and ESE, click on get subscription. After this, you can choose the plan that you want to opt for. The final year and dropper can take 1 year plan, second and the third year can take 2 year plan. But don't forget to use the code Ankit ESE. This will give you 10% off as well as it will bring you under my guidance. And as you can see, the prices are really affordable, my friend. It is much less than any other institute can offer you. And that is why I keep repeating, Unacademy is not an academy. It is a revolution. It is a feeling. You can make the payment by credit, debit card, EMI, net banking. Also, EMI is available on debit card, but for HDFC debit card and Bajaj Finserv debit card. So if you are from a weak financial background, you can pay the amount in installments, but only use the code Ankit ESE. And my friend, these are some videos where I have told how to study, how to get the best rank in GATE, and these videos will really help you in cracking GATE. So make sure that you watch each and every one of them. And my friend, these are our other channels, like for mechanical we have, for civil also we have, for computer science we have for SSC, JEE, all branches, electrical, mechanical, civil. And on this channel we have the previous year question video solution, that too free of cost. And many more channels will be coming very soon for you guys. So be a part of our YouTube family and you can take the benefit of all the free content that we are bringing. And my friend, this is my Telegram channel where you will find the notes of each and every lecture that I take. And this is my Unacademy profile which you can follow to watch my content for free on Unacademy, because there also I am taking regular free classes. So if you can't afford to join Unacademy, then keep associated with us, keep sharing the content that we are providing and work towards making this YouTube family bigger and better we'll keep bringing more and more content for you, and the only fees that you have to pay, my friend, is that you have to work hard and you have to share and like each and every video that we are uploading. So that way this family gets bigger. Even the student in a rural area can take the benefit of the free initiatives that we have started. And my friend, you also get the best rank in GATE without having to stress about how to pay. So if you can't be paying or you can't afford to pay, then make sure that you are building this YouTube family, a bigger and a better YouTube family, the biggest and the best community of all electrical engineers. So that is all from my side. See you again in the next lecture. Thank you.